What if Ash Ketchum didn't just travel the world, but actually caught every single Pokemon? All at 1025. From early route Pokemon like Pidgey and Rattata to powerful legendaries like Mewtwo and Rayquazza. In this video, we're going to follow Ash's full journey through every region as he tries to complete the impossible. But this isn't just about catching Pokemon. It's about how this journey changes Ash, how it changes his battles, and how it almost breaks him along the way. Because at one point in this story, Ash comes closer to ever than failing completely. So let's go back to where it all began. Back at the beginning of the anime, Ash Ketchum had one simple dream: to become a Pokemon master. But the anime never clearly explained what that meant. Some fans think it means becoming champion. Others think it means bonding with Pokemon. But catching every Pokemon would be the most literal interpretation possible. And to be honest, Ash has already caught quite a surprising number. From powerful starters like Charizard and Greninja to rare Pokemon like Melmetal. But imagine if that didn't stop. Imagine if Ash kept catching every Pokemon in every region until eventually he owned them all. Here's where things get interesting. In Pokemon Journeys, the series, the character Go was introduced with a very specific goal: catch every Pokemon. Basically, the dream that Ash never fully chased. But if Ash's goal now is to catch them all, Go's entire character arc would collapse. Instead of being the collector of the series, Go might have become something totally different. Some other roles Go could have are Ash's rival. Instead of catching Pokemon, Go might become Ash's rival in his journey to get to the Master's 8 and possibly try to stop him from getting there. Or Go just doesn't exist. The anime might never create him at all because his entire concept revolves around catching them all. Ash begins in Pallet Town with a clear goal: catch every Pokemon. At first, he heads into Route 1, thinking it'll be easy. He quickly catches Pokemon like Pidgey and Rattata. Then in Viridian Forest, he finds Caterpie, Weedle, Kakuna, and Metapod. But catching them isn't smooth. Weedle poisons him, Pidgey breaks free at first, and stronger Pokemon like Fearow chase him away. Ash realizes early even the easy Pokemon aren't that easy. As he travels, he builds his team: Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. Each one teaches him something new. When Charmander evolves into Charmeleon, it stops listening. Now, Ash isn't just catching Pokemon. He's struggling to control them. As he moves through routes and caves, he catches Zubat and Geodude in Mount Moon, Paris and Venonat in forests, Poliwag and Psyduck near water. Then comes gym battles. Against Brock, Ash realizes type matchups matter. Against Misty, he learns strategy. And as he continues, he faces stronger wild Pokemon: Arcanine, Machoke, and Kadabra. Some he catches, some defeat him completely. By the time he reaches the Pokemon League, Ash is no longer just a beginner. At this point, Ash has built a large and varied team. He's caught Pokemon from forests, caves, and oceans. He's learned that catching Pokemon isn't about throwing Pokeballs. It's about timing, trust, and understanding. He now has around 100 Pokemon, but more importantly, he's finally thinking like a real trainer. Ash enters Johto with confidence, and at first, things go well. He catches Pokemon like Sentra and Hoo-Hoo on early routes, Spinarak and Ladybug in forests, and Mareep and Flaffy in open fields. He also starts catching stronger Pokemon like Heracross, Fanfi, and Quilava. But then things change. In deeper areas, he encounters rare Pokemon like Skarmory, Ursaring, and Miltank. These Pokemon are aggressive and hard to catch. Ash starts losing it again. Then comes the biggest challenge: legendary Pokemon. He encounters Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. He tries to catch them, fails again and again. These Pokemon don't just test his strength, they test his character. So Ash changes. He stops chasing power and starts earning respect. Ash now has a much stronger team, but more importantly, his mindset has changed. He's no longer rushing, he's patient. He's learning which Pokemon should be caught and which need to choose him. He now has around 220 Pokemon, but for the first time, he realizes this journey might take everything he has. In Hoenn, Ash becomes strategic. He explores routes filled with Zigzagoon, Wurmple, and Talo. Shroomish and Slackoff in forests, Wingle, and he catches starters like Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip. But now he studies before catching. He learns behavior patterns. He watches how Pokemon move, eat, and battle. This helps him catch stronger Pokemon like Flygon, Aggron, and Salamence. These aren't easy wins. Some battles take multiple tries. Some Pokemon escape and return later. So Ash becomes persistent. He doesn't give up on difficult catches. Ash is no longer reacting. He's planning. He's writing stuff down. He's jotting notes. He's planning. He knows where Pokemon are. He knows how to approach them. He now has 400 Pokemon. And for the first time, he feels like catching them all might actually be possible. Sinnoh is brutal. Ash explores routes filled with Starly, Bidoof, and Shinx, Badoo and Rosalie, and Gligar and Murkrow. He catches Chimchar, Weasel, and Gibble, but stronger Pokemon appear quickly. Luxray, Drapion, and Electivire. These Pokemon don't just challenge him, they overwhelm him. Ash loses battles multiple times. Some Pokemon refuse him completely. Others defeat his entire team. Ash gets frustrated, but instead of quitting, he adapts. He trains harder. He becomes smarter. Ash is now halfway through his journey, but mentally, this is the hardest point. He's tired. He's been defeated, but he's stronger than ever before. Now he has like 600 Pokemon, and every single one has made him better. Unova resets everything. New Pokemon like Patrat, Lillipup, and Pidove, Venipede and Sewaddle and Sandile and Scraggy. Ash has to learn again. Of course, like always, some catches fail. Some Pokemon don't trust him, but Ash adjusts. He adapts faster than before. Ash is experienced now. Even when things go wrong, he recovers quickly. Now he has 750 Pokemon. We're almost there, guys. Now, Kalos changes everything. With Greninja, Ash reaches a new level. He catches Pokemon like Fletchling, Hawlucha, and Goodra. But the bond with Greninja feels different. Together, they take on extremely powerful Pokemon like Talonflame, Aegislash, and Tyrantrum. In Kalos, Ash is stronger than ever. But now he understands something deeper. Power comes from connection. You won't believe this, guys. Now he has 880 Pokemon. Alola is different, of course. Ash explores and catches Pokemon such as Rowlet, Litten, Pablo, Rockruff, and Lycanroc, Beware, and Toxapex. He focuses more on understanding Pokemon. In Alola, Ash is calmer, more focused. He now has almost 850 Pokemon, almost reaching the final 1025. Now, Galar is intense. He faces Pokemon like Corviknight, Dragapult, Duraludon, and the raccoon guy, Obsidian something. Yeah. Anyway, these are his hardest battles yet. In Galar, Ash is close. Very close. Almost reaching the horizon. In Paldea, yes, Paldea, Ash faces his final challenge. He encounters Sprigatito, Fuecoco, Quaxley, Baxcalibur. The last Pokemon are the hardest, but Ash uses everything he's learned. Finally, Ash Ketchum has traveled every region: Kanto, Jhoto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, Unova, Kalos, Alola, Galar, and Paldea. He's almost caught all Pokemon, but not all of them. There are still a few Pokemon left, and these aren't normal Pokemon. These are the ones no one can catch. The rarest of the rare, the strongest of the strong. Pokemon like Mewtwo, Rayquaza, and Arceus. Ash tracks them down one by one, but this time it's different. They're not running away, they're watching him. Ash finally tracks down Rayquaza, high above the clouds. Storms are forming, the sky is shaking. Rayquaza isn't just strong, it feels like it controls the entire sky. Ash knows right away this isn't a normal battle. He sends out Greninja and instantly something feels different. Ash and Greninja sync, not just battling together, but thinking as one. This is that same bond we saw before. Rayquaza attacks first, a massive dragon ascend. Greninja dodges but barely. Ash doesn't rush. He remembers everything he's learned. Timing, patience, trust. Greninja, wait! Rayquaza attacks again. This time, Ash calls it. Now! Greninja counters perfectly. The battle becomes fast, intense, back and forth. But here's the twist. Ash doesn't try to overpower Rayquaza. He proves that he can keep up with it, that he understands it. After a long battle, Rayquaza stops attacking. It looks at Ash. Not as a challenger, but as someone worthy. Ash throws the Pokeball. One shake, two shake, three. Click. Next is Mewtwo. But this isn't a normal fight. Mewtwo doesn't attack right away. Instead, it speaks. It questions Ash. Why do you catch Pokemon? Is it for power? Control? Ash hesitates. For the first time, he doesn't have an answer. The battle begins. Mewtwo is overwhelming. Psychic attacks, teleporting, total control. Ash's team struggles. Even his strongest Pokemon can't land hits. But then Ash changes his approach. He stops trying to win and he focuses on concentration. He calls out to his Pokemon, not commands, trust, teamwork. Slowly, the battle shifts. Not because Ash is stronger, but because he's fighting differently. Mewtwo stops. It sees something. Ash isn't trying to control Pokemon. He's fighting with them. Mewtwo accepts him. No Pokeball thrown yet. Just understanding. Ash finally faces Arceus, the creator of all Pokemon. This isn't a normal location. It feels beyond the world. Everything is quiet. Ash sends out his Pokemon, but Arceus doesn't attack. It simply watches. Then the battle begins, and it's overwhelming. Every type, every attack. Ash can't keep up. For the first time in his entire journey, he's completely outmatched. One by one, his Pokemon fall back. Charizard and Greninja struggle. Even Pikachu can't break through. Ash drops to one knee. He's exhausted. After everything, this is where he loses. Ash stops. He doesn't call another attack. He doesn't throw a Pokeball. Instead, he remembers every region, every Pokemon, every moment. He stands up, not as someone trying to win, but as someone who understands. Arceus, I'm not here to control you. I'm here because I care about Pokemon. Silence! Arceus stops attacking. This time, Ash doesn't rush. He gently throws the Pokeball. No pressure, no force. One shake, two, three, click. Now, Ash stands at the end of his journey. Not at the start, not in the middle, but at the very end. He has traveled across every region, faced every challenge, and caught all 1,025 Pokemon. But more importantly, he didn't just catch them, he earned them. Every single one. Ash looks at all of the Pokemon he's met, from Pikachu to the strongest legendaries in existence. And for the first time, there's no next goal, no next region, no next challenge. Just one question. What does he do now? And the answer is simple. He keeps on going. Not to catch more Pokemon. Why would he? But to help them. To guide new trainers. To share everything he's learned. Because being a Pokemon master was never about catching them all. It was about becoming someone worthy of that journey. Comment if you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope you did. And make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification down below for more Pokemon stories like this one. And I choose you to watch the next video. Peace, trainers.